Hello everyone, welcome to the third class of structure of matter. In my previous two classes I explained the symbol and the name of the elements, and the second classes the identity of the particles. And now in this video I shall explain about the identity of atom. So how we express atom, and then how we can count the number of nucleon or even mass, electron, protons and neutrons. In my earlier classes I explained this figure, and you know this is the structure of a lithium atom. And from these videos and earlier I explained what are the electrons, protons and neutrons. And you see in the nucleus, what is the middle part of the atom, there are protons and neutrons. And in the energy levels or in energy shells there are some moving electrons. And we know that the atoms are electrically neutral, as because the number of protons and number of electrons are same. But when protons and electrons are not same, then atoms turns into ion. And that is the main thing that we need to understand, how we can identify which particles and we can count the number of electrons, protons and neutrons. See, suppose very frankly, when sodium releases 1 electrons, we write that sodium plus, which is actually a cation. That plus means, usually we know that in sodium there are 11 protons inside and 11 electrons outside. Like in lithium, it has 3 protons inside the nucleus and 3 electrons outside of the nucleus in the energy shells. So when sodium releases 1 electron, as we know that earlier, sodium is 11 number element, so it has 11 electrons and 11 protons. But when it releases 1 electrons, it means right now when it forms cation, sodium ion, it means it's cation. That means 1 electron will be less. So in this case, or in this state, there will be 11 protons but 10 electrons. But reversely, when chlorine will accept this electron, then it would be anion. We know that the negative ions are anion. It means right now we know that chlorine are the 17 number of elements according to the periodic table. Right now it's in groups number 17. So when it will accept 1 electron, usually it has 17 protons and 17 electrons, but right now after receiving 1 electron it would be 18 number electrons. So the number of protons of chlorine ion would be 17, but the number of electrons of chlorine ion would be 18 because it receives 1 electrons. So the proton number and the electrons number are same when the pormano, the atoms are, actually it's getting the neutral, but when it's getting cations and anions, that the number of electrons and the number of protons will vary. Right now, as example, suppose this is aluminium, and here there is 27 in the upper corner of the left side and 13 in the left corner. So what would be the expression of this? This 27 is exactly the Nucleon number. This 27 is the Nucleon number. Please remember that the Nucleon numbers are the summation of proton numbers and the neutron number. So we have, this is the Nucleon number, and here this 13 is the atomic number. This atomic number. So usually what will be real thing, like this is aluminium, so it means that 27 is the Nucleon number of aluminium and 13 is the atomic number of aluminium. Usually what happens, suppose there is an X, that is the name of element, and there is A, which is the Nucleon number. So Nucleon number is expressed as A, and that is the Z, which is the atomic number. And usually there is plus and minus sign, which is expressed by cation or anion. So this is the expression of the atom. So A is the Nucleon number, or it is mass number. So we can say this is the Nucleon number, or the mass number. And Z is actually the atomic number. And this number of plus and minus will show that how many electrons it receives or releases. So if we go through this thing, then we can have an idea that how many protons and electrons are in the atom. So suppose we can draw a chart. Based on that, we can have some identity of some like this 1, 2 and 3. So we can say this is actually the mass number or the Nucleon number. You must remember the Nucleon number and the mass number are same, and this is actually the atomic number, and this is actually the number of proton, neutron. Oh sorry, you can write a neutron the next level, so that it will be easier for understanding the proton, electrons and neutrons. Right now, what are the examples? So we can say that this is the elements. So if we say that this one, like aluminium, if we say this is 27 and 13, then the mass number is 27. So this is the Nucleon number. So we can say that if we divide it into some groups like that, so we can have some other particles. Okay, so the mass number would be 27. Atomic number is this one, the left corner, and this one is the proton number. As we know that the atomic number is the proton number, so we can say the atomic number is 13. So the proton is also 13. And as there is no plus and minus sign, so it never, in this state, it was not releasing or receiving any electrons. So the electron number would be same. As because there is no cation and anion formed by aluminium, so that is why the proton and electron number would be same. But in case of neutron, how we can find out neutron? Because we know that Nucleon number exactly the proton number and the neutron number. So we know that Nucleon number is the summation of proton number and neutron number. So we can find neutron by deducting A minus Z. So we can have the neutron number from deducting from the Nucleon number minus the atomic number. So we can have 17 minus 13 is actually 14. In case of isotope, what will be happening? Like if I say that 14, 6 carbon, in this element we see 14 is upward here, so it's the Nucleon number. So the mass number is 14, atomic number is 6, so the proton number will be 6 because it will be same, as it has no the anion formations and cation formations, so it will be like 14, 6, so amount of 6 will be same, and 14 minus 6 is the neutron number, and it will be 8. So again, if we say that in case of suppose like 28 and 14 silicon, suppose 4 plus, silicon 4 plus. If we say like that, 4 plus, then the mass number of this silicon would be 28, as because it's written here 27, so upwards its mass number, and then 14 is the atomic number. 14 would be the atomic number. And again you see right now the proton would be the same, be 14, but electrons, you see this 4 plus, it means it already released 4 electron. If it happens, then here it would be 10 electrons. And this is 28 minus 14 is 14, so the neutron number is 14. And similarly, if you say that in case of deuterium, like 2, 1 hydrogen, then the mass number of hydrogen would be 2, the atomic number would be 1, the proton number would be 1, the electron number would be 1, and again 2 minus 1 is 1. So the neutron number is actually the nucleon number minus atomic number. So this is a very short explanation about the particle's identity, actually the identity of atom. So you must remember that what is here. So that is actually the nucleon number. This is the mass number. So what is the mass number? Mass number is the summation of proton and neutron number. What is this? This is atomic number. The atomic number and the proton number are same. So we have proton numbers, the same atomic numbers. And this is the name or symbol of the element. So from that level we know that Z is expression of atomic number and A is the expression of nucleon number. And these are some examples. So I hope I could make it easier for you, or those you are watching my videos, please do let me know your feelings and your demand, and I'm trying my level best. So this is about the particle's identity. In next class would be the 4th class, where I will be explaining the relative atomic mass, and then severely I shall be uploading the radioactive isotopes and their uses, and basically Rutherford and Bohr's model, which is very important and basic of chemistry. So see you on the next class. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.